Sometimes the scariest story isn't the one with ghosts or monsters working in the dark. No, sometimes the most terrifying story is the one that's just gone. Today, we're not really looking at a story. We're investigating an absence, a big, empty hole where a truly chilling tale is supposed to be. And this is it. This is literally all we have. 5 words printed on the cover of an old case file. This title, it's the only artifact left behind from a story we can't read. It's like finding a key, but the door it opens has vanished into thin air. Because when you actually open that file, there's nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. Not a single police report, not one witness statement, no photos, just empty, yellowed pages. The entire story has been completely wiped from existence, leaving behind nothing but its own bizarre and chilling name. So you have to ask yourself, what in the world happened here? What could possibly be so strange, so deeply disturbing that every single record of it had to be erased? Well, together, you and I are going to investigate the shadows this story left behind. Okay, so with no crime scene, no witnesses, no body, we have to perform an autopsy on the only piece of evidence we've got, the title itself. We're going to take apart every single word and see what ghost of a story they write reveal. Let's start with that first word, floating. Now, on its own, it's a pretty simple word, right? But the second you attach it to a mystery file, it sends a shiver right down your spine. It means something that absolutely should not be floating is. That one word just creates this instant sense of dread. It feels unnatural, like something is breaking the basic rules of reality. It could mean something is just adrift, lost, with no one in control. Or, well, it could mean the thing we all think of first in a mystery like this, a body, floating face down in the water. All right, next up, we've got the second half of the clue, swimming pool. Now, this should be the complete opposite of scary. It's supposed to be a symbol of summer, of fun, of safety. A happy place. But the second you combine it with the word floating, that familiar place turns sinister. All that safety just evaporates. See, a swimming pool is meant to be contained, right? Anchored to the ground. For it to be unbound is just wrong. Suddenly, you're picturing this deep, dark, man-made body of water where it has no business being, and maybe, just maybe, with something still trapped inside. And that right there is the real horror of this title. You've got this image of what a pool should be. It's grounded, it's safe, it's contained. But this story suggests something else entirely. A floating, dangerous, unbound vessel of chlorinated dread. Okay, so with these 2 clues in our hands, let's try to rebuild what could have possibly happened. I mean, what kind of story would be so bizarre that someone would go to the trouble of burying it completely? Let's walk through 3 chilling possibilities. Our first theory. This one takes us straight into the realm of the supernatural. What if this wasn't about a physical thing at all? What if it was about an apparition? A ghost story so real and so terrifying, it got documented and then locked away for good. Just imagine this for a second. The residents of some small, quiet town look up into the night sky, and there, suspended above their homes, is a perfect rectangle of shimmering blue water. It doesn't make a sound. It just hangs there, silent and impossible. And then, as quickly as it came, it vanishes, gone, leaving behind nothing but a town full of terrified witnesses whose story nobody would ever believe. But hey, maybe the truth is a lot more grounded, and because of that, a whole lot more disturbing. Our second theory suggests this was all human. A crime so twisted, the way they tried to hide it became the real mystery. I mean, try to get inside the mind of this killer. A terrible crime is committed in a simple backyard pool. But instead of hiding the body, this person decides to hide the entire pool. They somehow manage to haul the whole thing away, water, evidence, everything, and dump it in a remote lake. Can you imagine being the person who stumbles upon that? A perfectly normal swimming pool just floating there in the middle of a quarry, its calm blue water hiding a truly dark secret. All right, our third and final theory goes deep into conspiracy territory. Maybe this wasn't a ghost, and it wasn't a crime. Maybe it was a secret so big that someone very powerful wanted it to disappear forever. A story about a secret experiment that literally floated away. Picture it, some shadowy organization, deep in a hidden facility is testing new anti-gravity technology. Their test subject needs to be big, heavy, and full of liquid, so they use a large portable swimming pool. But the test goes horribly, horribly wrong. They lose control, and the pool just floats away, drifting silently across the sky. The project is shut down immediately, all records are incinerated, and the file is emptied to erase any trace of their catastrophic failure. So, a ghostly vision in the sky, a grotesque floating crime scene, a top-secret experiment gone wrong. At the end of the day, these are just theories. They're just educated guesses that we're whispering into the void left behind by a story that's been erased.
The real story, whatever it was, is just lost to time. It was either never written down in the first place, or it was deliberately destroyed, leaving us with absolutely nothing but a title that feels more like a tombstone for a dead narrative.
The file remains empty. The story remains untold. That is the one and only hard fact of this entire case. The silence itself is the only piece of evidence we can actually hold on to. And so that leaves us with nothing but our own imaginations. The story is gone, and in its place, a giant question mark just hangs in the air, a lot like that phantom pool. So I'm going to leave the last part of this investigation up to you. What do you think happened? What story is so terrifying it had to be completely erased from time itself?